advertised in lieu of KFC's 15 years, on our shores.
Yeah.
So they were offering a 15 cedi promotion for some chicken and some fries, I believe. And whoa.
Are Ghanaians that hungry?
Pandemonium. What? Ghanaians are hungry for a promo. We love a good deal and we love a good bargain.
This was outrageous.
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, really? My point is that, so if you bought all that they were promoting, were you going to eat all, or you were going to feed it to other people, or you had storage capacity enough to keep them over days? So 3 things came to my mind. I think this should serve as an opportunity for whoever is pushing that Nkukon Kitinkiti project to ensure that a lot more is done, because people need it. Seriously, people need it. I wouldn't have issues with what's the name, KFC, because some people were saying that they should have controlled the crowd, they should have done this. No, they have just put out there what you would refer to as an invitation to treat. So they just put out there that this is what we are doing. So as to whether you are coming in 3 fronts or 4, they don't mind. So long as they are able to serve you at the time that they promised, then fine. So I don't have any issue with KFC. The issue I have is with Ghanaians rushing in there. So that means all along we wanted the chicken to be that cheap.
Oh yes, why not? We want the chicken to be that cheap. You get 1 fried chicken, and then I think you get 3 tenders. That's the one boneless, and then they give you fries. Yes, I studied the deal. Indeed.
Yes,
that's what was in the pack.
That was the offering for the 15 cedis.
What?
No, I'm sure.
Somebody had a.
No, that one. That one was not.
AI image.
That one was not real. Listen, can we hear some?
Yeah, no, but you see, this is outrageous.
Can we hear some science?
Really?
The Guardian's chair of the
that means,
Fence
see, what it tells us is that.
Hey.
Oh, no.
Are you watching us on Facebook or on YouTube?
It all by himself, because everybody was limited to
so
a certain number.
in some branches,
yeah,
the staff were so fed up. They were you want to buy how many, we'll sell it to you. I mean, the pandemonium that greeted this promo.
Yes.
I saw staff in parts of Sunyan water hosing customers. I saw a security man lashing customers, lashed a police officer with a cane. Somebody said favor shined on him, so he was able to be identified from the crowd. Say, you come to the front of the line. That was the favor of the chicken licking.
Wow.
Hey, see, because of chicken. Look, we saw a glass breaking, shattered the door.
Yes,
People's fathers being just thrown out. DJ, how do you know this
the Kassaman was also intense. So, you see, that means a lot of people are hungry and a lot of people need things like food to eat. So we are not meeting the threshold of the food.
We are
buffer.
food insecure. I mean,
so we need to meet that
if you want
threshold.
to go down into numbers as to food security and all of that, we are food insecure. Yeah. But let's listen to a bit of what transpired, I think.
Certainly. Let's take a listen.
And crowd control.
People are too many. I think people was here. They even break the glass of the gate. Oh, that's why they make a line from here to there. I'm not getting an I came to stand there. Anyone you buy 15 cents. And pizza is 29 cents. Anyone you buy depends on the price the amount that you buy. But all is 15 cents. So anyone like.
I heard that there is some promo about the pizza and all those things. And as I came to his truly, they are doing the promo. I came here about 30 minutes time ago, but the people who are here, they are many. But when I said I'll join the queue, so it's not really that to reach my thing. That's why I'm standing beside the car over here.
Some patrons arrived as early as 3 a.m., determined
going to buy it for that price, then wait the next day and then just go
buy your normal
and buy
bag,
it.
right?
This is very disheartening. I mean, this is very disheartening. I am really pained by seeing this thing. You see, look, it hurts to see a group of people who will just behave in such a manner just because chicken is sold at 15 cedis and it comes with fries. So, no, this is very painful.
Oh, I see the railing is even destroyed.
Everything is broken.
Oh.
People in positions of authority should just see these things and understand the pain they are taking people through, to understand what is really going on the ground.
Press somebody in the
I understand where we're seeing the railing destroyed. That was on the KNUST, on campus. They've got a
really,
branch. So the
Yes.
students are the ones.
So it was university students who were.
For that railing that we saw broken here, the students just stepped on it and they broke the whole show.
Here's what I'm gonna say, right?
Food is very expensive. That means food is very expensive.
Look, I will not see it in the light as to food is expensive and all of that. Look, if KFC didn't do this promo over the weekend, people were still hungry. People have been hungry. We are food insecure. I can have us pull up the data as to how many Ghanaians go once a day with food and all of that. This is not highlighting it, right? And so I want to take a very different cue, because I've seen ladies, there's a Medina going to Adenta, there's a shop which sells hair, which was doing promo. It was all ladies it was something like this.
Yes.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
The point I'm trying to make is that once there is a promo and people believe the thing is almost a freebie, you will see an instance like this.
It's like what we see in the States. For example, when you have Black Friday.
Okay,
Black
Friday.
You see different
the
kinds
kind of, they say, for a once in a lifetime deal, this TV that you've been looking for is now reduced to clear. And then you see that kind of rush and that kind of pandemonium. I suppose it would have been interesting to get some Patrice, that marketing perspective, what is it that happens to our brains when we hear, because on one side, definitely food insecurity will cause this kind of pandemonium for chicken, but what is it about that kind of marketing that makes us think, I have to take advantage of this promotion? You hear sale, you hear Black Friday, you hear reduced to clear, you hear promo, and we all go crazy.
Your expectations have been met, that is all. Because you have a desire for something, but you don't have the purchasing power to be able to grab it at that point. So two people walk these fronts. It is those who want to profiteer. So if it is selling at half the price, they'll just buy it and stock it, and then after the promo is ended, they go and resell it, and then they make more money. And then there are those people who have desired this particular product for a long time, wishing and hoping that they would also be within that space where they can have a TV in their room, have this air conditioner, have this and that. Now that it's been reduced, please, let me just quickly go and, what they say, make hay while the sun shines.
I take advantage of promos to buy stuff. If there's an appliance I need and it's reduced, it's slashed by a certain price.
Yeah.
Yes, you will take advantage.
You understand? So we can have conversations as to what lessons or what other things. And the part where I will maybe align a bit more with what Patrice says is that, okay, do we have an intervention in relation to chicken?
Do we have?
Like maybe then Kukon Kitchen, for instance, right? Yeah. If it's an initiative that does well, does it become a substitute for the importation which will be coming? Those sort of conversations. But as to someone suggesting, why are people queuing up? You queue up for a lot of things.
We do. See,
maybe crowd control, preparedness for something like this, right, should have been top of mind, because there are abuses happening there. I can't come down. I'm coming to take advantage of a promo, and then you're using
you are lashing
cane,
me
and then you are
with the cane. I mean, I saw one. This is somebody who, strong TikTok gentleman being pushed around by security personnel. Obi Papa, it's not a good look at all, because that's another leg of the conversation. Is
students,
crowd control.
Students are,
crowd control. Talk about security, because I'm sure some people also went in there thinking, who has left their back pocket a bit loose? You see, somebody
wants to get
promo for the kids. The kid, I want to eat KFC. I want to eat KFC. So the parents are also under pressure. So we can also pick quick thoughts of a security analyst just on this issue. We'll do that very quickly. Yes, indeed. Very important, Patrice. And then we'll get into our big conversation, because this is vital intel. How can I lure a big group of people to a specific destination to potentially foment trouble? Is that something we are averting our minds to? Lure them with chicken, create confusion on one side, maybe cause confusion at another side. Maybe it's a too sinister a connection to make, but these things can happen.
Yes, would be in trouble if something like that should have happened.
Can you imagine what would have been?
They were used as a decoy.
Imagine.
No, they can't do that.
Imagine if we'd had something more serious happening. Apart from glass shattering.
Yes.
Or imagine if there'd been more of a stampede and
so
what
like I said, it wouldn't have been the fault of KFC if anything happened to anybody. Seriously.
No?
Yes, no.
We couldn't put the blame on their doorstep?
No, the point is that KFC didn't authorize them to misbehave. KFC said, I have made provisions for everybody who would walk into my place to buy what's the name, chicken and the fries. But as to how you're going to get in, just form a queue. If people think that the queue is just so long, they want to jump it, that is their own cup of tea. It is not the responsibility of KFC to say that form a queue this way or everybody needs to move in steadily. So KFC is they will not be held responsible for anything, or they should not be held responsible for anything.
Really?
Oh,
given that
they will.
Given that they even without the promo, you go to certain branches. I can cite the Osu branch on a Friday evening. It can get quite busy in there.
Yes.
Should they not be putting some extra security at posts?
You have options to either stay or go. I'm not forcing you. I said I'm running a promo. So I said come in and you would get what I have to offer.
Is it unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up security? Because it's unreasonable.
Yes, it is unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up.
Well,
because
it's not.
No, for me, it is unreasonable for us to ask them to beef up security.
Here's why I believe it is. Because, you see, we sit here, we have conversations about plan and all of that. When you open up the space and say that you're running a promo, 15 cedis per pack.
Yeah.
You plan for it.
Yes.
You plan that there will be people who will come in numbers, and you arrange such that when the crowd does come, there is a plan to deal with the numbers that are coming in. Not to say that, I said promo, so come if you like. No.
My plan was a food plan. So what if it had rained? Would we have said that KFC needed to provide umbrellas for everybody or shelter for everybody?
I think maybe that one would be a stretch. But let's settle this. Dr. Victor Doka is a security analyst.
Right.
I'll ask him that question as my first question. Let's settle this debate. Doc, hello, good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you?
Doing very well. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. We're talking about what transpired over the weekend. A very juicy promo was offered by KFC, and we saw scores of people trooping to their various branches. And you know what transpired wasn't so good across the board, across the country. The first question I want to ask, and I think it will settle a debate in studio, is what level or what duty of care did KFC owe the patrons? Were they supposed to provide extra security to ensure that there was more order?
Right, thank you. So I'm not going to limit this to only KFC, but every organization, institution that deals with the market space. And even, corporate institutions like churches. Now, when you're organizing an event where you're expecting large numbers, what you do is you notify the authorities through the MMDCs for protection. Or you can directly go send a notification to the police that this is what the institution wants to undertake. You need assistance. If you're looking at branches across like that's a very huge magnitude, so you would expect that, okay, the institution organization in the various regions would do due diligence and inform the security authorities to provide some level of security. There are barricades that they can bring in to barricade a place. They can deploy men to forestall order and all of that. So, for example, when churches are having their crusades and all of that, they notify the Ghana police. Why so? Because they need assistance with traffic, directions. They need assistance with barricading, so to keep order, so you wouldn't have the disturbances, unforeseen circumstances. So I think this is what the authorities also should look at, the security authorities or the authorities in charge of organizing such events, so that any institution, whether food joints or whatever, that wants to hold such promos, they have to do due diligence. Now, if the unfortunate had happened, then it would have been a different story. But probably this wake up call to us, an early warning sign in that regard. Because the reason I'm saying is tomorrow onwards, ISENS is going to have its promo.
I see.
And if they are listening, then it means they should take a cue on how to organize orderly processes, either on notifying authorities. But I can understand, you have so many branches, so it becomes difficult to inform the authorities. But ideally, that's the way it should done.
So you mentioned that security should have been beefed up, but let's talk about a hypothetical situation. In the event that, let's say, somebody had been trampled upon or somebody had been seriously injured, who would bear that responsibility?
Of course, the organization. The organization. So hypothetically, in this case, it would be the food joint that will be held responsible, because it happened in your premises, and you never put in any sign or direction as to how to go about the process and all of that. So anybody in your premises is your responsibility, and that's what we here need to understand. It's very key that we understand that.
And Doc, before we let you go, what advice then would you give to the citizenry listening? Some are lacing their boots to go and take advantage of the Hisense promo. We saw people being, slapped and pushed, and doors being broken, and so on and so forth. A word of caution to the general populace, please.
I think we should understand that in as much as we love promos, we should be careful with regards to how we go about these things. Of course, your life is more important than the promo. You lose your life, you don't get the promo, what else? You spend more money taking care of medical bills and whatnot. And so we should be able to also ourselves, without any kind of, supervision, behave orderly. And so if the organization has a mandate to also provide some level of security to their private security and all of that, you make, provisions for all those things. So we have to just be responsible with regards to how we, want to purchase items that have been reduced for, for buying. It's something we need to look at. This area has not been considered, but we need to now focus on it and then, prevent any unforeseen circumstances in the future.
Absolutely, Doc. Thank you so much for your time this morning. Dr. Victor Doke is a security analyst, shedding some more light on what transpired over the weekend. We know we have some upcoming promos in the pipeline. Do stay safe. If you are lacing your boots for tomorrow, don't become victim, for some lashings and pushing and all sorts.